All right, in the meantime, giving you a post on the latest developments in our nation's capital, where impeachment, the process at least, will begin, and at least in the House of Representatives. Nancy Pelosi is working with leaders there to come up with a clear list of charges against the President of the United States, not the least of which is endangering the well-being and the lives of individuals. That will be the push, but it would have to be done very, very quickly, and the Senate would have to be on board with that as well. Ben Cardin joins us right now on the phone, the Maryland Democratic Senator, the Senate Finance Committee member, I assume very soon the chairman of that committee. He is with us now. Senator, are you on board with this impeachment effort?
Neil, first of all, it's good to be with you. What happened this week was one of the darkest moments in the history of America, the Capitol itself being attacked. The president inciting a crowd to march on the Capitol. The best thing for our country would be for the Republican leadership in Congress with the vice president to encourage the president to resign. That would be in the best interest of America to move forward. If the Republican leadership's not willing to take on that challenge, then I expect we will see impeachment articles in the House. As you know, to do a trial before January 20th is almost impossible. But quite frankly, we would hope that the Republican leadership would show leadership and meet with the president.
Now, others have advocated the 25th Amendment. Now, obviously, the vice president would have to be on board with that. We have reports, Senator, that Mike Pence is not. So that seems to have been put aside. The other option, I think that Lisa Murkowski, your colleague from Alaska, Republicans, raises that the president resign. That doesn't look likely. I know the Wall Street Journal and a host of other, usually conservative publications, have been urging just that. Short of that, it looks to me like he's going to serve out his term. What is the risk that you see that he does?
Well, I think there is a risk, and obviously it's still 11 days left of his presidency. What has not been said is that the Republican, I understand the president's unlikely to resign on his own, but if he was confronted with the leadership in Congress, many of whom have supported him throughout his presidency, along with the vice president, perhaps the reality will set in and the president will realize that in really to save his presidency, he needs to resign. So that's, I think,
but Senator, what are you afraid of? What are you specifically afraid of? That he's going to launch a nuke or what?
You never know with this president what he's going to do from day to day. We don't have he's not on Twitter any longer. We don't know how he's going to respond during these last few days. Recognizing his presidency is coming to an end, he has tremendous power, including the power as commander-in-chief. So he's unhinged. So we are concerned about what he will do during these last few days.
So play this out to me. We don't know exactly what will happen on this front in the next, 10, 11 days. But we do know that he's already said he's not going to Joe Biden's inauguration. Joe Biden was happy to hear it because he didn't want him at the graduation. But Joe Biden was open to having Mike Pence at his inauguration. What do you think of that?
Well, I think the president-elect is acting correctly. He recognizes that President Trump, if he was there, he would be sort of a captured person there. He doesn't want to be there. He's never acknowledged the legitimacy of this election. So it's too late for him to be president to give the sign of a peaceful transition of power from the current president. Mike Pence being there is the right thing. The vice president handled himself with distinction during the joint session of Congress. He recognizes that that Vice President Biden is President-elect Biden, and his presence at the inauguration, I think, is appropriate.
Senator Cardin, we'll keep track of this. Thank you very, very much for joining us, and maybe we can get back to you on Monday to see how things are going. Senator Ben Cardin, the beautiful state of Maryland.